Okay, thanks everybody. Wonderful trip today. Give the ladies an extra bucket of oats in their feed, okay? They're going to need their strength. Oh boy, that was a long trip, but it was sure a good one. Ah. Oh my. Ah, love that hot cocoa. Mm. Oh, hi. Didn't expect you. Let me get these glasses off. My good friend Ben Franklin made those for me. Oh my, I just finished it. Nice long ride with the ladies, the reindeer, and they're all in fine form and ready to go for the big season coming up here. You know, on the trip, I was reminded of what a wonderful, wonderful work that I get to do in the world. I get to move through the world and touch lives with love, year after year, moment by moment. I can't imagine anything I'd rather do. And in the process, I've gathered so many wonderful stories. Some will make you cry from happy. Some will make you cry in empathy. They're all beautiful stories. I call it Santa's big bag of memories. And I'll tell you what, I just got in and I'm kind of hot and sweaty and dirty, and I'm going to go clean up a little bit. And with your permission, I'd like to come back and offer you a story or two. So I'll tell you what, I'll be right back, okay? Bye-bye. Hey, I'm glad you made it to this part. This is the best part. As I mentioned in another post, it doesn't seem to matter where I am, what the weather is, how I'm dressed, or what I'm doing, or what time of year it is. Every day, someone is going to look at me and give me Santa eyes. 1 out of 3 will say something, usually after apologizing first for fear of offending someone who might not think of themselves as Santa. It's kind of like deciding whether or not to ask a woman with a tummy bulge whether she's pregnant. Often, when we're stopped at a fast food restaurant, seeing a movie, or walking on the sidewalk, someone will approach and ask that magical question, "Do you ever play Santa Claus?" My answer is always an emphatic no. I do not know a single dedicated professional Santa that would answer any differently. We are a brotherhood of men who are dedicated to our calling. We are not afraid to show our love, our compassion, or our tears. We never have a day off, nor do we want one. We are privileged to walk through the world, a world that desperately needs some lightness added to it, and bring, at least momentarily, a spark of joy and smiles to all those who see who we truly are. One of the most fun things to occur is when a small innocent makes that connection and brings forth all the joy and magic associated with the holiday season and the prospect of a visit from the rotund red elf. When that occurs, I always have a small number of my Santa Claus business cards ready at hand. I'll hand the child's parent my card first so they can see that there's no contact information on it, and then offer it to the child with a nod and a wink. Putting my finger to my lips, I tell the child that they are obviously very smart and they figured out who I am. I tell them that this traveling with plain clothes is how I find out who's naughty and who's nice. I then say in my best Santa voice, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good day, regardless of the time of year or who else might be listening." As I turn to leave them, I admonish them not to give me away, keep my secret. Several years ago, while on a plane bound for Baltimore, we ran into what the pilot euphemistically called very lumpy air. I was seated on an aisle seat midway back in the plane. One row ahead of me and on the other side of the plane, the other side of the aisle, was a young man of about 10 years, flying alone for the first time. Every time the plane would lurch, he would become visibly more distraught and frightened. Finally, I dipped into my cache of Santa cards. I leaned forward, tapped the young man on the shoulder, and handed him the card. I told him, "Don't worry, they wouldn't dare crash with me on board." He looked at the card, then looked at me in my tie-dye shirt and Birkenstocks, then back at the card in his hand. You could see him relax as he smiled and turned around in his seat, reassured that he would arrive safely. I love being Santa. Thanks for being here to hear my recording.